All right, we're live.
We're live.
All right. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming in. I know we have a couple of you here, so we can wait until the notification goes out. I don't know how much
Sorry.
you see it. I hear that. I hear
I'm
that.
sorry. It's been a long day. I had to take a nap today because it's like I'm chasing my tail.
Uh,
So, so let me
I probably
see.
could use a nap myself.
I just got the notification, so that's good. That's good.
Perfect. Perfect. I know we have 3 here. Larry just said the notification just went out as well.
Hey,
So,
Lair.
hey Donna,
Lair.
welcome in. Larry, I hope you had a good birthday.
Yes, yes. I hope you did too.
Awesome. Awesome. Hi Donna. Hi Adam. Awesome. Well, that was the fastest we've caught up here in a while. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see who shows up. I have kind of put Larry just got home. He said,
Yay.
"Awesome." I've kind of put a few talking points here. I actually made a list of kind of like some ideas for the next several weeks, and
Good. Good.
this can kind of evolve and change as we go as well.
That's
Um,
good. Keep us on point. Let
yeah,
me
right.
close this. I didn't realize the sun's going down faster than I thought it was going to. Let me close these blinds.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I'm just going to go right around behind the computer.
Yeah, no problem. We have 0 sun right now. It's
Wow, really?
gray. Yeah. Yeah, it's been snowing. That's probably why.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably why.
Larry, do you have snow at your house? Are you getting snow there, Larry?
That bad, yucky 4-letter word that you hate, Larry, SNOW. We have to spell it around Larry because he's like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't care for it myself. I
It's
was on
beautiful.
work. What's that?
I was going to say it's beautiful to look at, but I wouldn't want to live in it like you guys do. I don't know how
Yeah,
you do
it's nice on a Christmas card.
it. There you go. That's about the only place.
Yes, the bad word. Yes, it does. Uh, yeah, I was on a work call earlier, and everyone I work with is in another state. So there's far north as North Carolina, and
Oh,
the majority of them are in Texas. One of them's in St. Augustine, um,
wow.
and so they don't. They're like, "Oh, I love the snow. Oh, I miss the snow." Because we have an office in Jacksonville, so we have a couple employees in Jacksonville.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, one girl, she grew up in Pittsburgh and now lives in Jacksonville, and she's like, "Oh, I miss the snow." And I was like, "You get hit in the head when you were a kid? Yeah, like, what do you mean?" And then one guy, he's in North Carolina, and he's like, "Oh, I love the snow. I like to go snowboarding, snow skiing at least a few times a year." And I'm like, "That's not really snow though. Like you're probably going somewhere where they made it."
Oh.
Or you're gonna get out of it soon. I don't know. Right.
Larry.
For using the S word. Yeah. Yeah.
Is your main office in Jacksonville, Adam?
So the company I work for, the client, so I work for a company that essentially owns Celine Finance, and they have an office in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Their main offices are in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got you covered. If you ever need to come down here, you and Heather can stay with me and Todd.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
That would be neat. That would be
Anna
neat.
says she just got the notification, so I don't know if that's
It
delayed.
goes out like, yeah, I think it goes out like different times for different people. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
So
Yay.
so I was talking to I'll talk to the chat for a second, I guess. I was talking to Victoria, and kind of the plan here would be to have a topic, to kind of talk through it, and then also open the panel up to bring other people on.
Yeah.
And
To
I
talk about the topic.
exactly. And I think as long as we can have um dialogue, you know what I mean, where we're not talking over. I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, interaction.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be a little bit more entertaining for everybody. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be bold and I'm going to post the link in the chat. My channel's not big enough to get trolls, I don't think.
But we don't want him to lose his channel. So you have to have your video on at least when you come in for him to see you. And
Yeah.
then like he'll say, are you ready to come on? And then you can give him the sign them up. Then you can turn your video off if you want to. But he has to at least see you to make sure that you are, because we don't want what happened on Johnny's to happen on Adam's. So I'm just trying to protect him.
Yes, please. And honestly, some people, Victoria, I'm not going to necessarily know. Like I know Larry and I think Donna.
Yeah, you know
I don't,
Donna.
I guess if it's a name I don't know, I'll
Okay.
run it by you. So I did pin the link. If people do want to come on cam, go ahead and click that. I know Heather is watching in the living room. I doubt she will go on cam. It's just not her thing. So go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, before we get into your topic, I have some good news.
Yeah,
I got my pills yesterday. I got my Z yesterday, and I started it I'm sorry. I got it on Monday, but I got it too late to start on Monday because, you know, UPS delivers at really odd times. So I started it yesterday, and from yesterday till today, I've lost 1 pound.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Todd's on it too. He lost 3 pounds. So that's just the first day. You know how we all lose weight, more weight the very first week. So we'll see next week at this time where I'm at. But yeah. Yes.
I watched a reel that Donna put up. Husband coming in the house with the box.
Right? Wasn't that great? That was so good.
Do my before picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And Donna, I haven't got my pictures yet, but I did get my measurements today. So it's really important when you're first starting any diet program to get pictures, measurements, and your weight, because sometimes you might lose inches and not the weight, which is what happens on the program that we are on. A lot of times you lose inches because you're losing fat. Sure. So you may not necessarily lose the weight because, you know, muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah, we have I don't remember, Heather, where did we get that file? I printed it, but it's paper, like essentially a before body and an after body.
Oh, nice.
You know, and you can put the dates in it and then spot for each measurement. The only thing, I think I added one for the neck and I added one for the calves.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't care about calves, but Heather does.
The only thing that I took a measurement of was, I thought about my neck, and maybe I should go back and do that. But I did one for my stomach, one for my hips, and one for my thighs. So those are the 3 main ones that I'm concerned, because that's where I carry all my weight, is down in my bottom area, the bottom half of my body. So that's what I did.
We have a visitor, so I'm gonna go bring on our first guest.
Let me know who. Oh, I was gonna say, I bet I know who it is.
Oh, it's either my system's having problems or Victoria's system's having problems.
Uh-oh.
Why would it be my system?
I don't know. I mean, because you're freezing on my end.
You're freezing on our end, Larry.
Oh, man, okay, then it's me.
Oh, okay.
It's the snow.
I'll blame it on the snow.
Heather says that it was a copy of something she got in a workout video. Probably can find one online to print.
I know in our back rooms for the Z, we have a support group for that. People are putting those types of things, like links to those types of things you can print. And somebody even did a video on how to measure, like where you're supposed to measure. I need to watch that actually, just to make sure I didn't measure the wrong area. But and
I think the key is to do it the same every time, right?
Yes.
Because you may not measure it like the way that I measure it, but at the same point, if you measure it the way you measure it this time and the way I do it next time, and it's different, then we're gonna have different numbers.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's funny because on my thigh, one thigh is always different measurements than the other one. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
you
normal.
lose more in one. So I only measure one thigh instead of
Okay.
measuring both and confusing myself. And I have a freckle on my one thigh up towards where
That did it. That did it.
huh?
The freckle made the difference.
Oh, okay. So I measure around that freckle because then I know where I'm measuring every single time. TMI, but hey, it's just what I do.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, the topic that I put today was getting started, right? I thought that was probably
Perfect.
the best way for us to kind of just jump into this. And so I have like 5 things. It's really technically 4, but 5 things to note when getting started. And so I am not an expert at this.
Neither am I.
And I would say that I'm new to this because while I've always been I was a fat kid my whole life, right? I never really made an attempt, other than I could probably count on my hand how many times I really made a go at it. And but I've never had success until now. So when I'm coming up with these thoughts or these key things or tips, I guess, to get going, I'm confident in them because it's working, right?
Right. It's working for you.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing is, I think the most important thing is you have to decide you're gonna do it. Like, make up your mind and get determined that you are in this thing, because
Mindset.
yeah, it's huge. So many people, they get started and they stop. It's like the New Year's resolution. Like, it should really be like the first 2 weeks of January resolutions, because
Really
as soon as you go into that, right, you're all in, you're ready to go. But most people make resolutions with a plan to fail.
right.
Like, well, I'm going to do this as long as I can. And so I feel like in order to get started, you have to decide, what, I'm going to do this. And, go all in.
Go in with a plan. They say if you plan to fail, you fail. Wait, if you fail to plan,
plan to fail.
You plan to fail. Yeah. I couldn't remember it. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and restart my computer and come back in.
All right, Larry.
Okay, Larry.
We'll watch for you. So first one is to make that decision. And then this next one kind of rolls into your plan. And I say, once you've decided that you're going to do it, you need to give it a time frame. Here comes Donna.
Yay. Donna. Hey, my beautiful friend.
What's happening, guys?
How are you?
I'd say we're probably, I know we're going to continue on what you're talking about, but you said you've never really given a go at it. I mean, have you ever lost a significant amount of weight before?
No, not until this year.
So not 20 pounds, 30 pounds or anything? No.
Well, so from my highest weight to when I got started was 25 pounds different, but I can't tell you how long it took or what I did to lose that first 25 pounds.
Gotcha.
Because I was mindful, but I wasn't, you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. Hey, Scarlett.
Scarlett's in the chat.
So carry on. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the next thing I was saying was give it some time, and measure it, right? One thing that I found and that I've learned is people go, and I think this is the same thing with like a medication, right? If you go from medication to medication to medication without a certain amount of time, you're not getting real results. The
Right.
same with an eating plan or whatever. If you don't, I've seen this this number 6 to 8 weeks. If you don't give something 6 to 8 weeks, you're not going to be able to tell what is a planned or calculated result. And so I'm saying after we decide to do it, the next thing you need to do is give it that time frame and say, I'm going to give this 6 weeks. I'm going to give this 8 weeks. I saw one doctor that went on the carnivore diet, and everyone was saying give it 4 weeks, and he said he was going to give it 8 weeks because he just knew how his body worked. So I think 6 to 8 weeks is a good number for whatever you're choosing to do. Do the same thing for 6 to 8 weeks. And the next thing I think is super important. Lady,
Yeah.
you got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll email her.
What? I'm not late.
Debbie?
You are just in time.
Hey, Debbie.
Okay, you already saw it. Sorry. So the next thing I think is super important, and it is tell somebody what you're doing. If
And this group.
exactly. Accountability. The whole idea behind it is if I've made myself vulnerable enough to you, I view you as someone that's in a close enough circle to me that, I'm giving you permission to say, hey, didn't you say, I was watching somebody earlier, and I won't name names, but they were kind of like falling on their own sword, but they're big in the keto diet, but have been off the wagon or maybe like dragging from the wagon for a while. And when I joined their chat at some point today, they said, I'm not doing so great. I just had one of these, and they held up a Little Debbie brownie.
Oops.
That's far from keto.
That's definitely not keto. I'm not sure if it's even real food.
Sorry, Debbie.
Wait.
No offense to Little Debbie.
No, shit, teasing.
Yeah. But that stuff, I can remember being there though. And this person said they showed one, and they said they already ate the other one, basically. The other person on the panel said that basically, oh yeah, well, I've never really looked at that as real food. And it's like, well, it's because it's not. But it's normal in our but anyways, if you saw me holding up, a little Debbie donut or brownie, or the bag of those little donuts. Yeah, Heather loves those things. She loves
I do too.
She loves the white powdered sugar ones. We needed to go to the store the other day, and I was running in to get some meat, and I said, you want me to get you anything? And she's like, no, I don't think I need anything. I was like, not even a bag of those Little Debbie donuts.
Adam,
She knew I wasn't
nice.
She knew I wasn't gonna buy them, but that's like our normal, okay? But our old normal. But if you saw me and I've already made myself accountable, I've said, hey, I'm on this weight loss plan, I'm on this eating plan for the next, say, 12 weeks or 8 weeks, and then you saw me and I was, sneaking a few of those little donuts, and you would say, hey, what happened to that?
Yeah.
But if I never told you that, you wouldn't have had the opportunity to hold me accountable.
Right.
The next one, the fourth one I have here is she ate dibble. Yes. Charlotte may or may not have been on the same chat that I was in when I was talking about that earlier. The next one I have, we've already kind of talked about, and that's measure and record your results regularly.
That's really important.
Super important.
It keeps you accountable, and it keeps you excited about what you're doing. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're right. Or it gives you a chance to recalibrate, right?
Yeah.
Because you could think you're doing all right, have straight. Like my what do you call that? the thing that I go to, anyways, my
Your
vibe,
gym.
or yeah, right, the gym is Lily's chocolate. Like,
I know.
the thing
I
that-
saw that. I saw that on your wish list. I mean, I like Lily's. I like the crispy ones too.
oh, I
But
love Lily's.
I literally just take the one row, one
Yeah.
bar across.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's plenty to just quench that sweet tooth.
I
And
agree. Yeah, I agree. But if you find yourself in a rut, then one row becomes two rows.
sure.
yeah.
And or two rows becomes three. And it's like, I've always prided myself on I only eat one row.
Mhm.
But
You know
happy
what?
birthday, Larry.
What you feed your mind is what you're going to feed your body.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you're into our weekly sessions here, if you are talking with other friends daily about, what you're doing, different ways that you're cooking your food, different things, you're gonna I have not been talking to Donna daily in like probably about a month. And it's because I've been cheating this whole time until my pills got here. I want to hear her telling me, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. So what you feed your mind is what you feed your body. And
You're right.
and
Ignoring me for wanting to have.
I haven't been ignoring you.
No, I just don't. I know it's a slippery slope, and I know what it's like because, when you're preparing, this is the worst part. You're preparing to go on a diet.
Yeah.
You're preparing. You're getting ready to.
I want to get
Eat
good
everything in
results
the
here.
house.
So I'm not going to be able to have. This is the mentality I wanted you to let go of too.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to have this. I mean, remember when Ryan was getting ready to start his program? He's like, I'm never going to have this again. I'm never going to have that again. Never, never, never. And life is just miserable. And I'm like, it's not never. Right now, you've got a job to do. Really, you've got to get over this hump of detoxing from sugar. It's not that you can't ever have something. Now, some people have to learn the triggers, but people, I can remember days long ago because I've lost and gained weight many times in the past. I'm preparing to go on a diet. Okay, I'm not going to throw that out. I got to eat all of that. That's got to get gone. And or the things that are your coveted favorite items that you feel that you're going to deprive. That's why I do like our program is there's not been anything off limits.
Right. You can have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little bit, not a lot.
No, I mean, but I'm very comfortable with a couple of squares of a Lily's chocolate bar, or it's a natural rhythm. I feel like I'm eating intuitively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have gotten to the point where I look at everything that I'm, purchasing that I'm going to consume. And I got there very early on. But I operated on a very strong, I'm not going to cheat mentality for 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On my birthday, the day after my birthday, I ate a pancake. A week later, I ate a half of a sandwich, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was good. It wasn't great. And I think I've probably like 5 or 6 times cheated, but that's a mindset thing too, because when we look at it like a cheat, it's like I just got away with something.
Right.
And then we become good at getting away with it. And the next thing you know, it's normal life. And so, my doctor, that's one thing he said, because I said, can I have cake for my birthday? And I had been meeting with him for 6 months before my birthday. And, once in a while I would say, can I have cake for my birthday? And he's like, well, you can. Like our wedding anniversary was in June. And I was like, can I have, a dessert with my wife for our anniversary? And he's like, you can, but he's like, you have to be careful because it can become a slippery slope.
Yes.
And every time I would, you nailed it, Debbie. It is a fake reward. Every time I would say, I'm not going to do it because, and for me, this whole thing has been a blood sugar thing. Like losing the weight has been awesome. But I just don't want to die from diabetes.
Right.
And
Amen.
and so I have been so careful of that. It's like, if I don't do this, I'm in trouble. And I go with the whole I'm never gonna be able to, because in my mind, if I go back to eating that way, then my body's gonna react the same way it did to sugar. But that's not necessarily true. The further away I get from where I used to be and deplete those fat stores even more, my body is no longer going to act that way. And I have to tell my
mind and your mind. You're a different person now than you were when you ate like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to highlight any of these comments.
Hi, Dawn.
Hey, Dawn. Hey, Susie.
I'm going to wrench Dawn.
I think the longer that the longer the process takes. When I lost the 130 pounds before, it was over a year and 2 months. And that was a perfect time of learning new habits, learning what eating to hunger was, because I didn't know what hunger. I mean, I didn't even give my body a chance to be hungry,
Right.
Learning that, having things shrink, knowing what it felt like to have a normal portion, you know what I mean? Reading labels, doing all of that. That time was very valuable that it took to do that. And that's what I'm enjoying watching my son do, because he's paying attention to all those things that he never had the desire to at all.
Right.
Yeah. My wife has always said to me, so I've been big as long as I've known me, you know what I mean? And my wife and I, we got married 9 months after we met. So she's usually but she would say to me, because, obviously she wanted me to be healthier and whatnot, but she would say, are you eating because you're hungry, or are you eating because you're bored? And I was like, of course I'm hungry. That's why I'm eating. Why else would you eat? You eat when you're hungry. But the reality is, it's because I was eating because that's what I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Habit.
Yeah.
Oftentimes. But I mean, the larger you are, obviously, the more hungry you are.
Yeah. It takes a lot.
It takes a lot to, I would always say it takes a lot to maintain this body. Are you kidding?
I gotta keep this thing going.
There you go. You start to learn that, am I emotionally eating? Am I eating out of boredom? Am I just watching TV with my hand in the popcorn?
Right. It takes a lot to learn your signals too. Am I bored? Am I hungry? Am I emotional? Just like exactly what Donna just said. You have to learn to distinguish between hunger and boredom. You really do. You have to learn, because, you might think you're hungry, but no, or hunger and just being thirsty. They're the same type of symptoms. You might just be thirsty. Your body might be saying, I need some water. So
knowing when to stop.
Since I've been doing this driving job, I haven't been eating near as much, because sitting here at home doing eBay, I was always hitting the refrigerator grabbing munchies.
Yeah.
That was another thing that was great, learning the hunger scale. We kind of taught a hunger scale through the program that I did, of a 1 to 10, meaning 1 to 5 is where you want to, 1 is starving, 2, you want to eat when you're around 3, and stop when you're around 5. Anything 6 to 10 is where you're, okay, I've just had 1 too many bites. Now I need to unbutton my pants. Then 10 is I am full.
Oh my!
You don't want to, I need to go change into something stretchy. It's like, learning where you are when you're full. And I really focus on just eating to content.
Yeah. I think that if you get to the place where I've been so many times, I saw Susie write, I got addicted to feeling full. When you get to that eating until you feel full, the problem is your stomach doesn't let your brain know fast enough.
Mhm.
So you continue and then you eat beyond feeling full. And now you're, and so, you know, my wife would always say, you know, I'm not saying she's older than me, so she can tell me what to do. But she's like, I'm not telling you don't have more. She's saying, I'm asking you, wait a few minutes or wait a little while to see if you really want more. And that used to piss me off. Like, don't treat me like I'm some kind of addict or, but she wasn't. She was just being my voice of reason. And that's that whole tell somebody what you're doing thing, and then give them the space to hold you accountable because it's there to help. The last thing I had after measure and record your results and do that regularly is repeat, right? But as you're repeating, sometimes you need to adjust.
Right.
So, you know, knowing, okay, it's been 8 weeks. I'm kind of at a stall. What more can I do? If Larry loses any weight, there'll be nothing left.
Hey, Craig.
But no, to adjust. Debbie asked if we had some tips for buying beef, or
Heather just put some in there.
Oh, great. Because I mean, I have plenty of tips. Let me just get rid of this notification. I have plenty of tips. The way I'm buying beef though might be different than yours. You know, I'm prioritizing. I've things that are kind of important to me as far as you know, the way that it is raised. You know, is it from a factory farm? Is it from a local farm? Is it organic? Is it have hormones? Like all of that stuff is it grass fed and grass finished?
Right.
And so for me, those are important things. But this is the most important thing. We look for discounted meats every time we go to the store. Mondays
are a great time to get discounted meats at our store anyway.
Yeah. So
why is it Monday?
Was that Larry?
Well, why is it Mondays? I don't why. I mean, why? I'm surprised it's Mondays.
Coming back and the stuff's getting ready to go that week or whatnot. It just might be when they're getting the attention.
A lot of times they'll prepare a lot for the weekend sales for the weekend crowds. They don't sell it all, so then they'll mark it down. And Monday mornings and Winn-Dixie, you can get really good prices.
Oh, okay.
So we shop at the grocery stores. We shop at Wegmans and Tops here, and so when I go to the meat department, I literally will walk the entire meat department. At Wegmans, it's a little orange sticker. At Tops, it's a little yellow sticker, and I look for the stickers. I also have found talk to the butcher. So Tops grocery store actually has a butcher there. And so if they have meat that should be used or frozen by the next couple of days, they discount it. Well, I was out there and the butcher had just been labeling some flat iron steaks for markdown for quick sale. And so it was a $29 piece of meat. And he marked it down to $9. And I told him, I go, that's an incredible deal.
That's amazing.
And like, yeah, help yourself. There's plenty of them. There was 10 of them. And I was like, well, this is perfect for me. And we go after, when we go to Tops, we go after we go to the gym because it's right over there. And I said, well, it's perfect for me because all I eat is meat. And, you know, based on the eating plan I'm on. And he's like, well, if you're going to buy a bunch of them, he's like, I'll mark it down even more. And
nice.
So I got 5 of them for $4 a piece.
Wow.
$30.
Holy cow.
So talk to the store because if they can, they will. The store makes zero money if they throw it away. Right.
Right.
So if they can sell it to you for a discount, so we always shop the sales. Heather says we get our eggs for free. We get 12.5 eggs every week for free from our friends who have chickens. we started a barter with them. And so we get day end donations 3 days a week from Panera Bread. And so
Nice.
her family likes the bagels and bread. So we take them over some bagels and a loaf of bread. And she gives us, we would give her the bread anyways. But the difference is we deliver it, right?
Right, right.
And she gives us 12.5 eggs. And
Nice.
so that's huge. Anytime picker. I don't know that I have.
That's Roman. Hey, Roman.
I don't think I have Roman as a mod, so I just fixed that.
Cool.
Welcome in. Larry, happy birthday. Here we go.
And then Debbie said, I think you missed it. She said, she said, I buy different cuts all the time, and she's looking for ways to stretch what she's bought.
Yeah. So
soups are a great way to do that.
Yeah. So I'm the wrong person. I'm not the wrong person. I'm not the wrong person, but I'm on carnivore diet and I'm a snob. Okay. So you can eat the carnivore diet and you can do it with ground beef and butter. You can eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs and do awesome. I like ribeyes. And so I will go to Costco or the local butcher up the street, buy a whole ribeye, and I will pay more money than I could if I just got ground beef, and I'll slice it up and I'll eat those steaks. Now, by the grace of God, I'm in a place where I can afford to do that right now. But as far as making it stretch, the soup is a great thing. You just got to watch your soups, right? Because soups can go up in sodium. You can you can get a lot of things in a soup that you just didn't realize it. So, but we do meat in the Instant Pot. We feed our dogs like the stuff that's been in the freezer longer. So, like I'm always like, I have some ribs from Butcher Box. Heather says we buy Butcher Box. I have some Butcher Box ribs that are going to go in the Instant Pot in a little while because we're going to give them to the dogs.
Another way you can make your meat fresh.
Donna.
Why are you giving them to the dogs?
So
get freezer burn or what?
Yeah. When Butcher Box delivers, this is a cool thing about Butcher Box. This is another way to make it stretch, Debbie. If you go Butcher Box and they deliver and something's wrong with it, they'll send more out right away. And so,
nice.
So I love Butcher Box. I mean, I've been using Butcher Box for years now.
Yeah. And so like that, I got a box that was like half thawed one time. And they sent a whole new box and they say either eat the meat quick, donate it, share it, throw it out, whatever you want to do. You don't have to send that back. And so that's good food for the dogs. So yeah, they're going to get some, our dogs live like
king. Their ribs are good. Their ribs are really good.
So good. They're so good. We have a friend who is a missionary in Africa. And he says that, that our dogs live better than some of his people in he said I have employees or members in our congregations. He's like that would love to live in your home as a dog because our dogs they do have pretty good. So
I was going to give one other idea for Debbie. Another good way to stretch ground beef is like maybe only like if you're making spaghetti, only use half a pound of ground beef. Or sometimes we even have spaghetti with no ground beef. Depends on what kind of diet you're on. But if you're following, if you're following carnivore, you're obviously not going to be able to do that. But if you're following a different plan, you could do that.
You could.
Oh, really?
You're just not going to have spaghetti. So
that's true. Yeah, you'd have half the beef.
Well, Aldi sells egg white tortillas, and some people take those egg white tortillas and they slice them and they turn it into their pasta.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea.
You can make work whatever you like. That's that whole thing Donna was talking about earlier is that whole I can't or I'm never. You can. You just have to think through it and make it possible. Like I've enjoyed some things that, maybe I would have either enjoyed totally unhealthy before or not thought that I could if I would have just given up or given into the idea that I just
Right.
can't. I'm on a restricted diet or something.
Right. But I mean, I learned through that process too of making a whole lot. That's where I really got introduced to Maria Emmerich and doing tons
Yeah.
of things. I mean, I make killer cheesecake and there's tons of things that we have and can have. I just got out of the habit of doing those things for a good year.
Ah,
So, and
Another
that
thing that you
packs weight back on.
true.
Another thing you can do is add beans in place of some of the meat. If you need to. If you're trying to make that meat stretch because of cost effectiveness, beans are another way to do it.
I've heard
Well,
Not in my house.
of that.
Everybody's different.
I will list more on eBay to
That's exactly. Yeah,
not have to the point that I'm supplementing with my beans.
I will find a way to make that happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Beans, the magical fruit.
I imagine ice cream and probably pudding too, Debbie. Maybe something like that because of her surgery.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying
Something
to.
cold.
But I make ice cream now. I love my Ninja creamer thing that makes the ice cream. It's so good, and I just make a good healthy ice cream with yogurt and coconut milk.
Right?
And
Yeah.
well, I can make it however I want.
Yes. I have to stay away from certain things because it's like I just don't know that I'm going to enjoy it right, or I'm going to get to that point where I'm going to have too much of something. But
You
like
have to watch it. Yeah, it's a slippery
Yeah.
slope.
yeah. But the longer you stay away from something, the easier it is, because like I'm going to get in trouble. I have somebody that I know that likes ice cream still. And so I just the other day went to get them the ice cream that they wanted, and also got 2 free Sunday things. They're called Doggy Sundays. It's a scoop of vanilla ice cream and a milk bone for the dogs.
Aw.
And when I got in the car, that person asked me, like, this isn't a temptation for you at all? And I was like, no, it smelled too sweet to me just walking up
Really?
to Brewster's. Like, it's just like, I
You
just,
gave away that person. So I heard the tracks right up that went right over that person's back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Now, that person did tell me that, and to be fair, that person does not cheat all the time. But they did tell me yesterday that, okay, fresh start, right? Point number 3, right? Tell someone, okay, accountability starts here. We're moving forward. But there were some comments I missed on here. Let's see here. I got that one. We got a lot of hellos.
Heather, he's an enabler. I've learned that about him through these sessions we've done. He's an enabler.
Send me the text. I didn't even say it was her.
I knew as soon as you were talking.
Please.
Old meat in the freezer goes to the dogs. We also give the scraps from our meals. That's true. Our dogs are spoiled. Susie says her dogs want to move now. Carnivore diet is good. Just pieces. Yes, it isn't, and it isn't. It is, and it isn't. It's really how you decide to do it. Because I'll eat some cheese and some eggs, and I have found a recipe where I'm actually gonna make dressing for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's
Really?
And it will be 100% carnivore. So I'm gonna try it ahead of time to see how that goes. But it's essentially you're gonna make like a meat loaf. It's actually gonna be like a bread, but it's gonna be out of meat. And then bye Larry.
He's having trouble.
Yeah, and then after that you slice that up and then begin to make it as if you were making your stuffing or dressing that goes in the oven.
You'll have to tell me how you like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it, but I also don't want to have high hopes and then be
Aw.
severely disappointed. Cornbread stuffing is like my favorite.
That's
So-
ours too. That's
Yeah.
that my mom makes the best cornbread stuffing. I have the recipe for it and I still can't make it like she does.
My stuffing is I mean, everybody, because I host Thanksgiving
Mhm.
every year, everybody is counting on my stuffing, which is I've adjusted it from my mom's stuffing, which was my great grandmother's stuffing, but everybody loves my stuffing and I love my stuffing, but I'm always so busy cooking and I cook everything. I'm just a pick because I'm
Yeah.
so done with looking at the food when I'm,
Right.
but I plan on having everything that I normally have. I just literally wrote out my sheet with all the menu again whenever it
Oh,
was.
I did the same thing. Send it to
How
my
nice
camera.
that
But
that's next Thursday.
I have to,
I know,
yes.
I have to make
yes.
my final list of, okay, I still need this, because there's only so many things of the fresh items that you can only get
Right.
so soon,
I'm going to tell on Todd. He went and he got some stuff. They had put some stuff out a couple weeks ago and he got 2 boxes of stovetop. I'm emptying it and I'm like, what'd you get this for? What is this for? This is not going on my table. He's like, some people like it. I'm like, who likes that?
Nobody's going to
my
be
husband grew up with his mom making stovetop stuffing. I'm like, that is not stuffing. I mean, I have to cube up bread and I mean, the whole thing is a process. Yeah.
growing up, we had stovetop stuffing in the house, but it was when it came time for like a holiday, it was never that. It was the good stuff.
The good stuff, yeah.
That
We
is
had
like
it before too, but
it's an emergency situation where you might use it to. I have a meatloaf recipe that you actually add a box of stovetop stuffing in when you make it,
oh
and
wow.
it actually is good. But that's like a emergency ration stuff in your pantry.
Yeah.
Heather says I've heard of mushrooms as meat before, but haven't done it herself. At one point, when I was younger, I worked at Perkins, and that's when the portobello burgers were a thing. And so we marinated portobellos that we would cook and serve as burgers. I've also seen it where people have put ground mushrooms in with ground beef to make the ground beef stretch further.
That can stretch it further. Yeah. I mean, I do add mushrooms to a lot of things to bulk up the recipe, but I love mushrooms.
I do too, but Todd doesn't. So that's kind of a no-go for me, unfortunately. Debbie called us snobs.
Snobs? Oh,
yeah, because of the stovetop.
It's just not meant to me. I mean, I really enjoy Thanksgiving in it. The part that I enjoy is putting every ounce of the love that I have for cooking for my family into my dishes. And it really, when I watch them all eating, and they're all good. I mean, like my brother is Mr. Fit. They take appropriate portions of things. You know what I mean? My sister's the only one at the end. She'll be looking at a place to lay down because she's way overstuffed. And, my oldest son may go take a nap because he's gone too far, but they don't have eating issues or anything, but no, they'll all eat appropriate, but you can see the joy once a year that I put all that love into everything that I cook.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to eat whatever I want, but I'm going to say it right now to this accountability group. I'm going to have appropriate sizes and I'm going to stop when I'm at that 3. Yeah, I'm not going to overeat this year.
Start off with just a tablespoon of this, just a tablespoon of everything that you want.
Yeah.
You can go back if you're still hungry, but Adam's right about that. That was the hardest thing for me to teach Ryan is you say, I want 2 burgers. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I need 2 burgers. And I'm like, have 1 burger, wait 10 minutes and see if you really want that other burger. And 9 times out of 10, he'd come back and say, you're right. I'm full. But he wasn't ever giving his body enough time to give the signal to his brain, I'm full.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. We always, at our house, we always have an abundance of different type of dishes. And I know in the past, when I haven't been watching what I eat, when I get a scoop or a scoop and a half of everything on that table, if it looks really good, it's a scoop and a half. I have to move stuff over to fit things on there. So you are exactly right, Donna. Just a little tablespoon.
Yeah, I've got like literally 12 items that's going to be there, and everybody likes all 12 of those. But it will be now. Some people only like the 4. Ryan and them are just going to do turkey stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. They'll eat the green beans and all that stuff and leftovers, but I don't know. It's
Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie already knows she's going to overeat.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've said that to Heather.
You
know what? I was planning on cheating for Thanksgiving.
Were you really?
No, I said that, but the reality is I don't think I can. I don't think I mentally could handle it.
Yeah.
Because part of it is it is a mental thing for me. Because I'm wearing pants right now that I was wearing that size when I was in high school. And but that size is still big in my opinion compared to what the other kids were wearing when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like the dads were wearing that size pants when I was in high school.
Right. You're not done, and you don't want to give up ground.
Well, I don't want to go back. Yeah. I've gone more than 10 pants sizes, and I don't give any of that back. My wife got some pants off of a free cycle group yesterday, and they're a size smaller than what I'm wearing now. And I was like, Heather, these are never going to fit me. And in my mind, they won't.
They will.
And so she had me try them on, and I was like, I don't want, immediately going to be like a source of discouragement for me but of course they don't fit. They're smaller pants.
Right.
Right.
And she's you're not that far from those pants fitting. And I was like, yeah, this far, that's far.
Put them against the pants that you wore.
That is not far. I've been cleaning out closets and this, that, and the other. And now that Ryan has dropped, gosh, he was a 48 and he's a 38.
Yeah.
Now.
That's amazing.
And I pulled out a pair of 36s that look like a big 36. Yeah. I'm like, try these on. He went, it was a pair of shorts, and he came back and they were brand new, still with tags from something he didn't ever wear.
Yeah.
And he came out and he had them buttoned. I was like, you got them buttoned, but I know that does not look comfortable.
Right.
He's like, yeah, if I sit down, I could wound somebody with the button. I said, but that's how close you are. Another few inches in your tummy, which is where he's still got it to work on.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. I went from a 52 to 58. And one thing Heather said was, because every time she would bring home smaller clothes, I would say, these are never going to fit me, Heather. In my mind, I didn't think I didn't really care if I got that far. And she's like, every other time you've had a smaller size, you've said it's never going to fit you, and it fits. So we're going to put it in the closet. They're going to fit.
That is part of believing in yourself that you can get there. Hey, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina. I'm going to go ahead and wrench Gina.
Yeah,
I did the wrong thing. Undo.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, he unhid you.
So sorry.
It's been really, really nice for me as a mother, because I had heart issues at 40, and I wasn't heavy all my life. You know what I mean? It wasn't until after my third child. And I have heart issues. I have cholesterol issues. His father had a heart attack at 40.
Ooh.
His chances are high risk, and he's a lot more obese than Mike wasn't even obese. So mine has been as a mother, not wanting to have him struggle with things like that, devastating things, or to lose my own child.
Right. Oh, that would
So,
be hard.
But it's very hard to convince a teenager, you know, that you need to lose weight for your health. They're not worried about it when they're 40. They're just 18, living life.
Yeah.
Right.
And he had great body confidence too, as heavy as he was, or at least he faked it well, that he was confident in his skin, you know, comfortable in his skin.
Right.
Now, watching him strut around the house, just like trying on clothes, and he gets all dressed up to go places. I'm like, where are you going? I'm like, where are you going? He's feeling himself. Like,
He feels good in his body. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
It
great.
is so great.
And it's great that he's doing it at 20. And I hope it sticks and stays at 20, because some people don't battle this obesity till they're grown, way grown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the thing for me was and it was like I'm not, if I don't get this under control, I'm going to be in trouble. So I had that goal for by my 40th, but you know, because like my parents were big.
Right. So you didn't have anybody saying, you know, you need to get this under control. And I didn't want to push him. I didn't want to push him to where he was hiding food. I didn't want to push him over the edge of being the food patrol.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's not your job. Your job is to tell him to do it. His job is to do it.
I could have all the healthy items. I just didn't want to, you know, once he started he worked in a grocery store, it wasn't like I was going to control what he ate when he wasn't home.
Yeah, Roman's lost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at
in
180.
June.
That's a great weight. He's tall too, aren't you tall, Roman?
I think he is. He is.
you
How tall are you, Roman?
You can see it.
Well, I can
And
see it next to, yeah.
And Susie's lost 22 since June. You guys, I am so proud of you guys. 5'9". Yeah, he's tall.
Oh, awesome.
That's great. 180 is a good weight.
Wow, Susie down 130 from my largest. Dang.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I'm 90 from my largest.
That's
But
awesome.
I've done it before. I did it before. I don't, the whole goal with this is to never do it again.
Yeah, right.
That's your largest without being pregnant too, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to clarify that wasn't including a baby in there. That was her largest. That's a great accomplishment, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She didn't just lose it because she pushed a couple pounds out.
You know, I can remember when I lost as much, when I got to the point where I lost as much as my daughter weighed at that point. It was like when I had lost 122 pounds and she was 122 pounds. And we put on my pair of pants that I started with. She got in one leg and I got in the other leg.
Wow.
That's how much impact. Well, we tried doing that. Then we ended up putting one leg. We stood in front of each other. And
Right.
that was the only way it would work. Oh, thanks, Susie. I have 35 pounds to go to be in a range that's healthy enough for me, to be in a range that I feel is maintainable for me without crazy. Because I could go further. I don't want to deal with the skin any more than I have to for a little while. We'll see.
Yeah.
Dishes, yeah.
I have seen the, as we got closer to Halloween, I saw a lot of posts on my social media where people were taking the cart in the grocery store and they were filling it with the amount of weight in candy that they had lost. And,
wow.
And taking a picture next to that cart because it's like so
visual.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it a reality. It's like, I literally lost this shopping cart full.
I'm going to do that. I've never heard of that.
I have a big dog. If I pick up my big dog, that's how much I couldn't even put him on the couch right now, much less carry him around. So grab something that's a visual representation of what you were carrying on your back.
Right.
I've also heard of people doing marbles. They'll have the marble. They'll have one with as many marbles as they need to lose, and one with an empty container. And then as soon as they lose a pound or however many, they put the marbles over. That way you have a visualization of how much you've lost. I like the candy idea better though, because I love candy. I'm going to do that, Donna. When I get to my goal weight, I'm going to put candy and me next to each other.
You need to stay away from candy for a while.
Yeah, right.
I know. I'm not opening it. I'm going to the store, putting it in a buggy, and then putting it back on the shelf.
If she stops talking to you again, Donna, you know she didn't avoid.
I know. When she starts avoiding me, not taking my calls, like that.
I never not took your calls. Don't even.
No, I like to have little things around them. Keep me motivated, keep me on track, keep reminding me all the reasons why. I mean, I have my goal weight stuck here. It's up there. It's over there. It's over the scale. It's over the cabinet in my bathroom. It's on the refrigerator. I have my number written all over the place.
I need to do that again, because when I was on Optavia, I did that. I put it everywhere. And then when I was off the diet for that month and I ate anything that would go in my mouth and I gained so much weight back, I got rid of that number because I didn't want to be reminded of what I didn't accomplish.
Like, you were like, well, I'm further away from that now. And
I am. So I took them all down.
But it helps keep on track. And it isn't that number represents like, I need a number. That's just what I remember. I may go further than that with this program that we're on. That's just a number I remember feeling really good and healthy. And my doctors were all like, you're good right now. That's a good weight. Yeah, balancing your sugars and your hormones. Exactly.
I agree. I totally agree.
It's a big key to it. Well, I'm gonna, I know you guys are probably gonna go for a while. I gotta go, but Victoria, we're supposed to get together
afterwards. Yeah.
All right, just holler at me.
We're not gonna be live for very much longer. I'll let you know.
All right, I got to get with Jess. She's got very, very bad news. So
okay,
we'll talk.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Roman says anything from Starbucks with sugar is bad.
Yeah.
Last night I got a Starbucks gift card for my birthday. I do not drink Starbucks. No. But I was looking at the app because we stopped at a business next door to there, so Heather could run into the bathroom, and so I'm like, oh, maybe it was kind of cold out. I'm like, maybe I'll get a coffee, and so they have this. It was like an oat milk, apple crisp macchiato. Now I'm not going to drink oat milk because oats carry such a high toxicity, but so I told Heather about it, and then I was like, she's like, oh, because I said oat milk. And then I was like, yeah, but you can switch it for heavy cream. And I was like, yeah, but it's 3 pumps instead of apple.
It's a lot of sugar.
And I was like, there's no way. Roman says I actually tried it.
I did too. And I really liked it with the oat milk. It's one of my favorites, but I can't, I got to stay away from it because it's a trigger.
Yeah. So it looked really good, but I just wouldn't, because I personally don't love super sweet things unless it's chocolate. Heather says I should just get an unsweetened tea from Starbucks. That's probably what I'll do. As a kid growing up, you know, a lot of kids had Kool-Aid. We had sun at our house. Like we had sweetened tea. We didn't have sugar in tea. So for me, I love, like, I've been drinking iced tea right here. I just love unsweetened tea. So that's probably what I'll do.
Now you can have the sugar-free pump drinks, right? The sugar-free ones, or no?
I could, but that sugar-free stuff, that fake sweetener is so bad for you.
It's going to go right through you, and you better be able to buy a bathroom when you do it. But I mean,
it's
worse
not
comes to worse.
Or it's not worth it in my.
Just get the unsweet tea. You'll enjoy it more, and you'll feel better about yourself.
That's exactly what I'll do. There's so much sugar in those drinks that even the flies don't want to get close to them.
Or you know what? Even a better idea, Adam. If you have a family member that loves Starbucks, re-gift that card.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I do.
Exactly. Well, we've been on for an hour and 4 minutes, going on an hour and 5 minutes here. We do
this every week, you guys.
sugar-free if we can do stevia or
Erythritol.
yeah, exactly. Those are our preferences. But yeah, we are going to do this every Wednesday at 4:30. Right now we're riding at about 13 people, which is awesome. I think we started out with 3 of us. So
I was gonna say 3.
What?
yeah,
I think Mary was 1, or maybe it was Debbie.
yeah, Victoria, Larry, and then we had Donna, and then the rest of you trickled in, and I'm so glad you joined us. Debbie wants to say happy birthday again, Larry.
Happy birthday,
So thank
Larry.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So again, really enjoyed this with all of you. We talked about getting started this week. We'll have another topic next time. We'll go ahead and pin the link again so you can join us on StreamYard if you're interested. I think this worked really well. So
I do too. Thank you guys for coming.
yeah, thank you so much. And happy birthday, Larry.
Thank you.
Enjoy your birthday, but don't.
No, I have not. I only have like usually after I get home, I have like 2 beers, and that's usually about it.
Well, with your diabetes, that's the only thing I worry about with the beers. And you being there by yourself. So I hope you can, Gina.
Thanks. I'm sorry for hiding you. I fixed that really fast.
Yeah.
Now, so you stay healthy as well. And I look forward to talking to you all again. See you in another chat.
Next week.
Yeah.
And here next week.
Exactly. Bye for now.